Let's take a flop.
Very curious to see how Robo's going to adjust to the strategy, to the game. We've seen Phil Ivey that he definitely has experience in this game. Really stayed out some tough spots. That's a straight for Ivey.
So Robo here, top pair, getting trapped by Ivey. It's a Phil, Jack 10. Going for a check raise. You're a Robo, you're like, how are you check raising me on this flop? This is a shot clock tournament.
I mean, you have to think that Robo can fold out bluffs. Even against the set, he's going to have decent equity with the 10, but he's drawing very slim here.
Yeah, Robo makes a call with the 10 blocker, so it blocks a little bit of the straight that Ivey could have, but he does have it. So turn is a jack. Chop it up. Ivey thinking, are you serious? So Ivey here. Check raise the flop. If he bets here again on a turn, he really does look like he's got a 10. But maybe that doesn't matter because your opponent could have a hand like 2 pair and you don't want him to get a free card. So that's why it looks like he's reaching for chips. Okay, so it looks like he used a shot clock here. 45,000.
I really like the bet because this way you can incredibly rep way more bluffs.
So Robo, he doesn't have too many chips behind. He needs to decide, should he just shove all in here or just call? The thing is, your opponent isn't going to bet 2 pair on a turn. So do you really need to shove unless you think your opponent has a heart draw that you want to charge?
Yeah.
That's an all-in from Robo. Quick call from Ivey. Chop it up.
I think that was a good turn card for him. So
Yes, it was.
Card for it.
Yeah. Very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you. You like that?
I don't.
You don't want to play it?
No.
Can't reveal the game
The
factors.
best players at the table don't want to play it.
You don't just think more information benefits the better players?
Yes, that's why you shouldn't be. I don't want to show. Exactly.
One of the worst games for the action at the
Anyone with
table.
a stack of black chips has to show.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Once we're there, we'll show.
It's not good or bad for me. It's probably bad for me.
But let me see the card. I think it's more. Can I see the card?
Yeah, show one card is usually really bad for the action. It really makes people hesitant to bluff, and they're more aware of playing bad hands or making river calls. So it's definitely not something to suggest if you want a game to loosen up.
Change poker. Gang look. Poker. He knows.
Interesting flop here.
Yes, very obvious.
Top pair and a straight draw for Justin Bonomo. Gary Katz with the bottom 2.
我看好大的牌啊，妈的没办法了，先买出来。哎，那最大花买个 A 出来了，还得买2个顺道，
At last, show this hand. See who has this hand.
买到打死他。
All right, quick folds. Gary Katz, nice folds. Justin Bonomo can make a straight as well, so he blocks some strong betting combos.
不是牌本身可能就是有点。
And even if they do have a sort of set 2-pair type of hand, he might make a straight. Flushes are rare in this game. Best have pots.
这里面的人应该还好，
And Jungle Man is
其他的应该
feeling like a superstar here because flushes are really hard to get, so getting flush over flush here is super rare. But especially after him winning that last spot, these guys are very deep. We'll make the call. And that is a funny card because it gives Justin Bonomo the straight. And even though there's 4 clubs on board, it's very unlikely that Jungle Man calls with just a single 9 of clubs, 8 of clubs on the turn. So let's see what Jungle will do here. Because Justin Bonomo might really suspect that if he faces a bet here, that Jungle Man is trying to turn a hand like Queen Jack and a bluff. He has the second nuts. Justin Bonomo not going to be totally unhappy with that river. He only had a pair of kings before that. It's a very reasonable situation to make that hero call. It's so hard to put Jungle on clubs, and there he does call, so nicely done from Jungle Man. Unfortunate river for Justin. This would have been an easier fold, let's say if there was a 7 of clubs, a 9 or an 8 of clubs on the river.
I raised him 3.5 million, but I was bluffing. He had like 1% pre-roll of me, and I thought the guy was going to fall in the pot. Him. The guy finally folded. He was so disgusted, but I was bluffing anyway. You were there. That was a good bluff, right?
It's one of the best. Especially when he asked you
How much
you're
I'm
for.
in the game.
And you kept your cool.
Romay flops the flush,
Amazing.
and he's gonna start out by
Who asked
betting.
you how much you're in the game when you bet it all, right? What point is that? I've never heard of that. Have you?
It's a big thing actually in China.
Is it?
They do it all the time.
No, he asked me, and I didn't say anything, so he asked Robles guy,
Right.
Luke.
How much is Bobby in for the day?
And Luke said, Luke got ready to say, and I said, shut up, Luke. I'm in 6 million. The guy said, I fold 3/4. I said, well, I got nothing. I was drawing at the dog end of the street. I did make a pair of 6s in the river.
Bobby played the hand how you would have played it.
So Romay gets called on the flop
I
and
decided I
turn.
had 16 outs. 14 outs. I had 7 real outs and 7 fake outs. I hit one of the fake outs. He bet the 3 stinking 4s. I went like this, Tom.
Bet and a quick call. Romay's gonna win this 150K pot. First hand of this one.
That's a true story, right?
I like the how much are you in for when they ask that, because
Getting close to 3x less chips. Okay, I wonder if Tony is starting to do kind of ridiculous things over there, or not.
Yeah,
I mean, they're a little deep though, you know, right? Because we saw Rui Cal do it, but he was just moving all in. But it kind of feels like maybe that's like not the right risk reward. There still might be too deep for that. I don't know. So, sorry, what, Jeff?
Yeah, I think Tony's been playing. He's like, you saw him just open jam aces. He shows top, like Queen's top set versus Chidwick's aces, right? He's like playing very good hands. He's making hands, but now it'd be interesting if he can switch gears and sort of leverage that and just sort of push on people. So we're not going to get to see, although the hand histories you can see.
Yeah.
That is at the other table, and you can take a look at what Tony's doing in each hand.
Wow, Richard Young flopping the nuts here. And Danny Tang has enough to stick around, and definitely the chips to do so. I mean, top pair, gutter, the spade. And so, you know, a card that changes the board, which a lot we're going to do, but not to the point where maybe Richard needs to be too concerned. But he still decides to check it back and play pot control. And, yeah, that... Maybe if Richard was going to value bet some rivers, that was not.
John mentioned there might be a Triton Hold'em, no limit Hold'em mixed event. Players discussing how that could work, because Triton Hold'em is so volatile and swingy that it might end up people's stacks don't really move in no limit Hold'em, and all of a sudden you enter a blind level wall where all the craziness happens. Big 3-bet by Elton here after Greenwood opens with the deuces. Definitely see the raise sizes go up when stacks get this deep. Greenwood considering if he can peel here to try and flop a deuce. You're $1 million deep effectively. I was starting to say $1 million and I was like, wait, that can't be right, but yes. Easy to forget. These guys are $1 million deep. Looks like he is making the call. Tens can be a very tough hand to play. More often than not, there will be an overcard on the board. Not this time, but there is a deuce. Set of deuces for Greenwood. Elton Sang drawing very slim here. But he is going to feel really good about this board at the same time, so...
Triton, Vancouver, Canada. A bunch of Chinese people live in Vancouver. Yeah.
You bet 100,000.
Yeah, right on.
Sam is going to make the call. On the raise, there's also a big chance that Elton still has overcards. He doesn't want to push those out. Full house now. Check, check. Great check there by Elton. That's a really good check. Very safe board for 10 still. Maybe he's suspecting something. Greenwood gonna feel incredible about his hand here. It's 200,000. This is an incredibly tough spot once more for Elton. How things have turned around for him. Couldn't lose a hand, made great plays as well. I still really respect that big bluff, but
We were just waiting for you.
this is tough.
So how much time to
I 50. 15 minutes. 1 5.
Yeah, he makes the call. Very tough to fold that river after you showed or faked weakness on the turn.
Only full house.
Yeah, tough spot there. $700,000 pot for Greenwood.
I'm out.